All right, let's get into one of the most powerful concepts from the legendary strategist Miyamoto Musashi. We're talking about the philosophy of no sword. And trust me, this isn't about fighting. It's a deep, powerful method for resourcefulness that you can use in every single part of your modern life. You know that feeling, right? You've got your go-to method, your favorite app, that proven routine, and then suddenly, poof, it's gone. The server crashes, the gym's closed for repairs, the whole plan just evaporates. And what do? A lot of the time, we just freeze up. We feel totally stuck.
And you know why this happens? We get attached to our tools. We start to confuse the method with the actual goal. But the method is just one way to get there. This total reliance on our one favorite sword makes us, well, it makes us fragile when things, inevitably, change.
So what are you supposed to do in that moment? How do you keep moving forward when your best, your most comfortable tool is just off the table?
Well, believe it or not, the answer comes from way back in the 17th century, from a masterless samurai named Miyamoto Musashi. This was a man who spent his entire life in unpredictable situations, where just being a good swordsman wasn't enough. He had to develop a whole philosophy for thriving in total uncertainty.
And he had a name for this philosophy, the way of no sword. And it is such a powerful mindset shift that can help every single one of us navigate our own crazy, unpredictable lives. Now, don't get hung up on the name. No sword doesn't literally mean you're unarmed. It's a mindset. It means you are so radically adaptable, so resourceful, that you can get the job done with whatever you have, your bare hands, a simple fan, maybe just your words. The real goal is to become independent of any one specific tool. And this whole idea, it's a huge part of his legendary text, the Book of Five Rings. So this isn't just some clever thought he had. It's the result of a lifetime spent mastering the art of strategy in pretty much every form imaginable.
Okay, so this sounds great, but how do we actually get this mindset? Well, if you look at Musashi's work, it really boils down to two core pillars. You need practical resourcefulness on the outside and a deep sense of non-attachment on the inside.
Think of it like two sides of the same coin. On one side, you've got resourcefulness. That's the external action, staying locked in on the objective and using whatever you can to get there. But on the other side, you have non-attachment. That's the internal freedom you get when you realize your identity isn't your job title or your fancy software or your perfect morning routine. When you let go of that, you become free to adapt to anything.
But, this kind of deep adaptability, it doesn't just appear out of nowhere, right? Musashi taught that no sword is the outcome of a complete, holistic system of training your mind and body.
Yeah, you can't just decide to have this mindset. For Musashi, it grows from a foundation of deep practice across what he called the 5 rings. These are 5 interconnected elements.
It all starts with earth, which is about building your solid fundamentals. From there, you learn to be like water, developing this amazing flexibility to flow around any obstacle. Fire is all about decisive action, learning to command the situation instead of just reacting to it. Wind is about opening your mind, learning from other people and other methods. And finally, you reach the void. This is a state of such clarity that the right action just happens, effortlessly. The no-sword mindset. It's what happens when you bring all 5 of these together.
Now, all this might be sounding a bit philosophical, but Musashi was all about practicality. He thought philosophy was pretty much useless if you couldn't actually apply it.
So here's the absolute key. This isn't just something to think about. As Musashi himself would say, the way is in training. It's about a daily practice of noticing and adapting.
A really simple way to get started is with a weekly practice. Just start noticing. Where in your life are you leaning too heavily on one single tool or method? That awareness, that's step 1.
Let's make this real. Imagine your project management software crashes at work. Do you freeze, or do you find another way to get things done? Remember, the goal is the project, not using the software. Or what if a perfect date gets rained out? Is the night ruined, or is this a chance to create a new, spontaneous memory? Your gym is closed. Is your goal go to the gym, or is it be fit? That little shift in how you think is the practice of no sword.
And the great thing is, you don't have to wait for a disaster to start building this mental muscle. You can start right now, today, with a really simple exercise.
Let's call it the no sword reset. First step, identify one tool you lean on a lot. Maybe a certain app, social media, even your morning coffee. Second step, intentionally set it aside, just for a little while, an hour, an afternoon. And third, improvise. Finish your task a different way and just notice what happens. This small act of intentional improvisation is what builds the mental flexibility at the very heart of Musashi's strategy.
You see, when you start doing this, something really cool happens. Your focus shifts away from the tools you have and towards the person you are becoming. And that's the ultimate destination here. True mastery isn't about collecting the best gadgets or perfecting one technique. It's about embodying the principles of adaptability and resourcefulness so deeply that you become the source of your own success.
The idea is that a true master isn't defined by their tool. They're not a swordsman, they are a principle. And a principle is invincible. You can lose a sword, but you can't lose a principle, like adaptability. That's always with you.
So I want to leave you with this question to really think about. What could be possible for you in your work, in your relationships, in your life, if you were less defined by all those external things and more defined by your own inner ability to adapt and overcome anything?
I'd genuinely love to hear what you think. What's one sword, one tool, or routine that maybe you rely on just a little too much? Drop it in the comments below. Let's talk about it.
And listen, this is just scratching the surface of his wisdom. To keep exploring these incredible ideas, make sure you check out our full playlist on the Book of Five Rings. Thanks so much for watching.